We're back looking at stories of success. And why is that so important? Well, traditionally, success has been linked to financial gain, to a big house, a car, foreign holidays, and all of those things. But the thing is, true success always needs to come from inside, because otherwise it's a fool's game and you can be constantly chasing your tail. So I'm on a mission to bring to the world at least 1,000 stories of those who do not look at success being the dollar signs in their eyes. And today I'm delighted to have Carol Robertson with me. I've met Carol, well, it's probably a couple of years ago now, actually, but we've touched base every now and again. And so I wanted to ask her all about this. So first of all, Carol, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Angela. It's great to be here.
And now I'd love to ask you, what is your view of success? What does success mean for you?
Well, that's a very interesting question, because when I realized I was going to have to answer that question, I had to actually think about it and go and look at what success means. And I had a blog about thinking about success because it correlates with failure if you don't succeed. And I think that that is a very black and white sort of polarized way of looking at it. So I had a bit of a look at the history of success and where it came from, and about succession. It was sort of linked to succession in like the king's son or daughter succeeds, etc. And I hadn't thought that related to me at all until I realized that I have picked up the mantle or the reins of teaching the Akmos Method in the English-speaking world from my mentor, Dr. Renee Nakashian. And that's really a big part of my motivation, is to bring the work of this person who was my friend, who was a father figure to me, out to the wider world. But then I looked further, and success is about following your true path, sticking with it, even when there's resistance, even when there's blocks. And so I feel like I have really made a great success of, and I'm thankful to you for asking me the question, because I have followed my own path and stuck with it despite resistance from my family, resistance from my profession, because I'm a physiotherapist. And it's really uplifting to feel that the measure of success is, did you do your own thing? Did you be true to your own self? And that's what I feel is really, really important to me. Am I giving value to my clients, but am I giving value to myself as well? I'm really not motivated by the money side of things. And when people talk about success in pound signs, then something inside me just sort of withers and goes, oh. So yeah. Success is standing in your own light and bringing the best of you to whatever you do.
I love that. And I think it's a really good way to look at it. Because for some people, if I ask the question, sometimes I need to say, well, look, at the end of your life, if you look back, will you be able to say, I achieved that and I'm proud of it. I did what I was called to do and I'm proud of it. And I think what you've expressed there, really fits into that. And like you say, the fulfillment that comes from that kind of vision of success is so different. So, for your clients, and I know you have many of them, what kind of success do you bring into their lives?
So I have two strands of clients, and so I have people that I work with. I work with Akmos energy balancing. So I bring people back into a deeper connection with themselves, their deeper self, their mission in life. And in so doing, often help them with their health issues and their emotional issues. So it's really mind, body, spirit. And I've embraced the spiritual side much more of late, because I interviewed some of my clients to say, what did it mean to you to work with me and to follow the Akmos Method? And what came out was that connection with the self was the most important thing, even more than getting rid of pain in their joints or terrible anxiety where people are housebound or being unable to go to school because of stomach pains, or lots of these cases. But what mattered to them was that they didn't feel whole. And healing means to make whole. So for the client group, it's that connectedness. And that spreads across into my students as well, because what they learn through the method when we're working together is that the most important thing is to connect with themselves. And through that connection with the self, to connect with source and all that is, with the wider universal flow, to be part of something greater. So it doesn't matter really what we're teaching, although we teach a lot of stuff, but what matters is that people feel connected, they feel inspired, they feel curious. Curiosity is a great thing to imbue in people. And so that's what I strive to work with my students, and from the feedback I've had, that they really feel that they look at life in a different way. They feel connected and they feel happier as a result.
Yes, I can imagine. Now, of course, we're going to, for those watching us, there is a longer podcast, which I'm sure, well, hopefully Carol would be like to come along, and then she can talk a little bit deeper into what she does. But if people want to have a chat with you, just because something you've said, they're sitting there and they're thinking, oh, I could do with some of that. How are they going to find you?
Okay, well, if they Google Carol Robertson and Akmos, ACMOS, wherever you are in the world, you will find me. The other way is my course platform is energymedicinetraining.com, and my clinical site is bestresonanthealth.com. Because that's what we look for, best resonant health.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's smashing. We'll share those links, of course, with the videos and anything else that you want to share with us, Carol. And thank you very much for coming along. I think you've touched on the idea of success in a deeper level. And if you're watching us and you're just sitting there thinking, I haven't thought of it that way before, or, something's opening up inside of you, don't stay silent. Reach out to me, reach out to Carol. If you would love to share your journey of success, if you'd like to share with others that success isn't about the bank balance, then I would love to hear from you and bring you on here too. Thanks very much, Carol.
Thank you, Angela. It's been great to speak to you today.